Hello, and welcome to my channel. Uh, so I already recorded a previous video, but I guess I didn't want to upload, so I guess I'm going to reshoot my intro and just kind of introduce to what the channel is here for. Um, so, the Shepherds of Melchizedek is my personal project. My goal is that I want to take everything that I've been studying for the last few years, everything that I've learned, all things that I've been taught, and provide them to you all, regardless of limitations that I feel I have in media and even in myself. I wish to start expressing through more means the things that are on my mind, but also on my heart and on my spirit. And I have to say that really for me, this is going to be an endeavor and a commitment for me to take what I see in philosophy and theology and sociology and all these different fields and try to bring them all together in one area for everybody to discuss, talk about, and perceive a environment where things are going to be regarded with the full seriousness and weight that I think they need to be regarded in. If you know me from Facebook, and either of my Facebooks, you know how I am, my tendencies and my proclivities to comment on things and reply. I find myself drawn to do that more so, and this is my means of trying to mediate that by giving myself a vent and an outlet for what otherwise would be possibly too much aggression behind my words. At least here you can receive the context and I can explain myself better. Yeah, I am a Christian. I came to faith several years ago, but I really did not believe. And I'd say that in the last 2 to 3 years, I've had the answers that I've needed to find answered, past my proclivity to want to search. And I'd say the things that I've seen and heard and witnessed, and the miracles that I've been around, it changed me. And I think about it a lot. I think about my past, present, future, and I think about what I've learned and gained and lost, and I think about all the time how I can utilize that to better others. And that's part of the reason why this channel is here, is to help better us as a community, as individuals, and as a society, and as a nation. But I think that another aspect of it is that I think there are things that have to be said and things that have to be defended, things that have to have a line drawn in the sand. And for me, I believe that human dignity, human integrity, and the human identity is important. It's distinct and it's definite. I can't think of anything else that is more defined than our existence and our proclivity to want to exist. But I see us want to make ourselves God out of it. We make ourselves less human in our pursuit of power, in our pursuit of intellect, in our pursuit of mastery of ourselves, which is no mastery at all, because all we do is submit it to the flesh in the world. And we think that we gain it all in the process, which is wrong. It's a wrong way of thinking about things. And while my last message was much more, I'd say probably emotional on that point, I think instead it's more important to say that we on this planet, our brethren, are in the heavens, if there are anything out there, they're either our elder siblings or they're our equals. And those on this planet, the animals and the plants, they're not our equals. They're not our slaves either. They're our siblings, our little siblings. We take care of them. We shouldn't be treating them like children. We shouldn't be humiliating animals the way that we do. Same thing with plants. We shouldn't be treating nature the way that we do. We shouldn't be treating this planet the way that we do, and yet we call it Mother Earth. The Earth isn't our mother. In the Bible, it's actually implied that the Earth is on the same level as us. That we're siblings, even with the Earth. That the Earth is the daughter of God, just like we are the sons and daughters of God. Of creation, and of recreation. Because if you believe in Yahweh, you believe in creation. And if you believe in Yahweh's creation, you should believe in Yahweh's salvation, which comes in the Messiah. So every time when we say Jesus Christ, we're saying a title, the title of a king, the title of a high priest, a title of a ruler, a real, definite ruler of this world. He's real. He is real. And it takes a lot to find him. Because it takes everything. It takes a full commitment and a willingness to stop seeing the world as it is, but to trust it for what it is being. It's about taking everything in, giving it up. It's about growing. It's not about just following a doctrine or joining some cult or religious beliefs. Christianity is not a religion. It's a way of life. And it's not just a way of life, it's the only way to live. Truthfully, to yourself, to your inner calling, to your inner soul. You think that living, working 24/7, your stupid freaking 9 to 5 job is freedom? Your calling? You think this art degree that you're going to school for is somehow going to be your calling? It may be. These things may be our calling, but they are not the calling in and of themselves. Money is not the calling. A property is not the calling. The freedom to do whatever you want with your flesh is not freedom. This channel is hopefully not just going to be a red pill, or a blue pill, or a black pill, whichever people may want to make this to be. Because it's not a pill. I'm here to give you food. Because I want to eat real food. And as I go through YouTube, as I learn, and as I continue to study, I want to bring what I learn and what I gain back to you. Now, that's my goal here, and that's going to be the commitment that I make to you as my viewer, and as my friends, and as my family. Wherever you are and whoever you are, I'll be praying for you. And I hope that you'll be praying for me. I hope that the things that I do will help you, will help us, will help our society, because we need help. We need to wake up. We only have so long left. And the seriousness behind all that, it's not there. We're playing games, we're looking for representatives when we need to represent ourselves before the Creator. Because judgment will come. Whether you like it or not. And there's no amount of cowardice that will justify it. You not searching to try to make sure that your beliefs and your view of the world are true. I searched. I didn't have to give up science in order to find God. I didn't have to give up evolution to find God. I didn't have to give up anything to find Him. He showed me the truth behind all of that. And I believed enough that I refused to let those things define Him. That's the importance. We let the world define Him. We let ourselves define Him because we don't want to know God. We want to be the authority. We want to be God. We want mankind to be molded in our image. And it's not even our image. We don't understand how fully sold out we have become. You think this chaos and this horror is us? It is. But that's because of what we became. We intermingled with a bad seed. There was a thief came in the night. It sowed weeds among our crop, and now we grow bitter, cold, and we tear ourselves apart. It's not right. It's not justified. And we have to put an end to it. It's not about right or left, Republican or Democrat. It's not about Christian and non-Christian. Because in the end, the goal is to get them all on the same team, so they're all slaves. I do not want to be a slave. I will never want to be a slave to this world or to any man or anything beyond other than my God. Christ saved my life, and he can save yours. He can save all of ours. From the hurts, the pains, the past, the hang-ups, everything that has been holding on to us. You think you can't be friends with that person because of what they've done to you? Because of who they are? You never found God. You think that you have found peace in changing yourself from what you once were? You haven't found God. Because he can make you whole by integrating two aspects of yourself that you never thought could be made whole. So instead of having to take from yourself, he can make you more fulfilled by taking what is inside of you that can't be reconciled and bringing it to full integration with what is inside of you and getting rid of that which makes you less of who you really are. See, we think of things with the world and we think of things with a human heart, but we don't think of things with God's mind and God's heart and God's spirit and his body. We live in a world where we want to subscribe ourselves to tribes and collectives. And that is not the way to live. See, I've been reading Web Du Bois and a lot of other stuff. I'm actually getting into the Communist Manifesto right now. And ideally, on the side of me doing religious studies, I want to start actually breaking in, talking to people. Because so many of us assume we know where these ideas come from and what inspired them. The presuppositions, the justifications, the moral high ground from which we fire down upon the innocent with. They have to be talked about, and they have to be exposed for what they are, for what they do to us, and what they make us. See, people talk all the time about how Christianity is a corrupt religion, how it hurts people. People hurt people. We use tools to hurt people. And if your religion's a tool, then both sides have not been doing it right. Because it should be very clear that when somebody is using religion as a tool, they're under the influence of the enemy. We do not live by our works. Our works can never be demons. We do works because we love. Because we have been loved first, and because we've been shown that love is possible, and that these things are possible. That we have more possibilities than what have been told to us our entire lives. And I firmly believe that. You don't have to. But I can't say that you're actually a human being now. I can't say that you actually are living your life. You're just going and distracting yourself. You see all the sights you want. You can have everything you get in this world and still have nothing. But I look at my family. I look at the families of this nation. More important than my life and my future and my happiness, making sure future generations are never going to be caught off guard with these lies again. They've taken everything from us. We don't even know it. But for those who do see, it's not the end. It's only just the beginning. The kingdom's coming. And it will come, whether we try to fight it or welcome it. Welcome it in your heart first. We need to welcome it in your hearts first, everyone. So Web Du Bois, in his second chapter of Dawn of Freedom, careless seems the great avenger. History's lessons but record. One, death, grapple in the darkness. Twist old systems in the world. Truth forever on a scaffold. Wrong forever on the throne. Yet that scaffold sways the future, and behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. You see, Webb Du Bois is a Christian man. He saw what was happening after the Civil War. He saw our condition, the condition of blacks at his time. And he knew that we were going to be forced to make a choice. Because all we could see at the time was that it was either full integration and submittance to a culture that we could not understand and be a part of, or the creation of a culture that tries to subvert and take over another. And he saw that both were the wrong path for our people. And he said that we need to remember who saved us from this slavery. Who saved the Western world from this slavery? It was us. We didn't end it. Yahweh put it in our hearts to end it. He made it right in the end. And then we laughed and said that he never did anything at all. We took it from him. We wonder why he's allowing us to be enslaved again. To the man, to the state, to the 1% we need to take. If you think you're a slave and oppressed, then you need Yahweh, because he's the only one who will save your soul. And you know what? I think Webb was right. I think he was right. For us to move forward, whether you're black, white, Asian, Mexican, just fucking American, the way forward is not through division, not through subversion and conquering, or destroying our past and recreating some god-awful homunculi of a future that denies everything that we are and could be. Instead, if we take God in our hearts and put him into our communities and into our world the right way, not our way, not in the past ways, not in the ways of fallen men, and not in the way that is inclusive and all loving, but in the way that is actually based on something foundational. Then we'll actually be able to form a culture that is whole. People and families that are intact, that don't harm each other, and don't take from each other. See, everything about man that we see now is in here. It has always been in here. We don't want to listen. We don't want to speak the language. We make it so hard for ourselves to understand. If you don't understand the Bible, it's because you haven't wanted to. If you don't understand God, it's because you haven't needed to. But there will come a time, and you better hope that you're actually receptive to hearing. That's all. And I hope you guys come back. Hopefully I'll have some more material for you guys. God bless. And love our King. Love our family. Love our corrupt world. Because we have to, if we're going to be the light and be willing to die for this world, to bring some light back in.